Welcome to the Krebach Chronicles, Episode 2, Helping the Locals. Hello everyone. You see, we are just sitting on the bench outside the church, just watching the world go by a little bit. And carrying on from previously, we'd turned in the 2 contracts for that new sort of friend of ours, Max, and he told us that he has another job he wants us to do. So we're just heading down to the shops now to pick up a new bit of equipment. Now, he said it's a fertilising job on one of his other fields, so he seems like a bit of a prominent landowner in the area. Oh, there we go, there's a tractor in there. Let's just zip across the road and see what we've got. Okay, so we have a little old Bavarian 511C, okay, and an Amazon spreader. Okay, well, one thing we are going to need to do is have a quick chat with the people in the shop and see if we can get some fertiliser organised. Now, he said field 8, I think it was, yes. So, let's see how big that field is on the map. And we are going to have to go all the way up. Okay, let's just buy field 14. Okay, that's quite a big looking field. So I'd imagine we're going to need a little bit of fertiliser for this thing. So yeah, let me have a quick chat with the people in the shop here and see if they've got anything we can buy. Okay, here we are. As you can see, there's 5 little bags of fertiliser there that cost us €250, but anything that we've got left in there will be reimbursed, Max did say. So let's have a squeeze into this. Can we get in this side? I think we'll have to get in this side. Okay. Well, let's see now. We probably should get the weight first. Otherwise, knowing me, we're going to have issues. So, okay. Let us pop it in reverse. Come on, there we go. Oh, it's got a little bit of a clunky old gearbox, this one. Okay, there we go, get that weight hooked up. Try not to knock the fertiliser bags over too much. Okay. Now, this shouldn't be too difficult as jobs go, just a little bit of light fertilising. Lovely, and our fertiliser bags are there, so let's open this thing. If I can find the button for that. There we go. And let's go grab, actually let's lower that down a bit. And perhaps just reverse back over here so we can easily pop it in. Lovely. Yeah, these a handy way to buy fertiliser, this stuff. Yeah, it's not necessarily the cheapest option, but it is really handy if all you want is small quantities. And small quantities is exactly what we need. So let's pop all this in there. Lovely, got just under 500 litres in there now, it looks like, so let's raise that back up, pop the lid back on, and get it in the right gear. There we go. Okay, now let's head off and find our field. Now, it shouldn't be too far away, like I say, it's kind of up near the other ones, so it should be good. Shouldn't be too difficult to find. But yeah, Max, he seems to be a good person to know around here. You know, so far we know he's got at least 3 fields, which is very, very good to know. I think it was that one on the left and this one just here on the right we did last time for him. So that's good. Now, I think one of these is field 8, isn't it? Of course I'm looking at the wrong one. It's the one with the crop in it. Not a problem. God, yeah, this reverse gearbox on this thing's a little bit clunky. It might be easier if it just started in 4 or 5. Oh dear, a bit of a lump in the ground there. Okay, let's see. Let's bring up our little map display and we'll see how this is going to spread. Because it should have quite a nice width on it. Oh yeah, that's good. And it's honking through it a little bit quickly, but I think we'll be okay with that. We shouldn't run out. So that's good. Now whether or not we just leave it in there for compensation, we probably will. Assuming we don't need to buy more actually. Because the way this is looking we might. Getting through it fairly quick. But you never know. Oh yeah, there should be a little bit left in there. That's fine. We could have saved a bit more by maybe stopping and turning at the end of the line, but I think we're good. So we should get this. That's a nice easy contract. Not going to complain about that. Couple of grand from Max there for doing this. That's not too bad at all. Okay, there we go. Contract done, and the field is now complete. So let us head back to the shop and let him know that we are done. Right, we are back at the shop now. We'd given Max his equipment back and received payment for that quick job, and we had an interesting chat with him. There was a gentleman up at field 7, I think it was, 7 or 9. One of the fields up near field 8 anyway. As we were coming back, he apparently called Max to see what was going on with the new worker that he had. And yeah, Max was kind enough to sort of pass on our details, and we got back down to the shop and had a chat with a gentleman by the name of Jakob Fischer. And he actually had a couple of jobs that he wanted doing as well. And he said, since we were working for Max, then yeah, we must be okay people, so to speak. So he's offered us a couple of quick jobs doing a bit of spraying. Now, that's why we're in here in the shop at the moment. He's just bringing the equipment down for us, and we are going to buy a pallet load or barrels of herbicide and one of liquid fertilizer, because the two jobs... Oh, there we go, he's got the equipment down here, lovely. The two jobs he's got for us is fertilising field 9 and spraying off the weeds in field 17, which is quite handy because they are fairly nearby. Yeah, so yeah, we were up there at field 8, and he was apparently checking his field 9 over to see if it was ready for whatever it was, yeah, for the fertilising and stuff, and saw us doing this field for Max, and decided to get on the old phone with him. And yeah, so and there's field 17 just down here. So yeah, it turns out to be a pretty good day for contract work. I'm not too displeased at that. And we've got a nice New Holland T6. Lovely. And a couple of hardy sprayer tank things. So that's good. Okay, let's hop in here. And I suspect what we'll probably do is we may have to unload at the farm between jobs, because I'm not entirely sure if we can unload here, because it's the shop. Technically we don't own the land, so they may not want us just emptying out our chemicals willy-nilly, so to speak. But we shall see. So now I'd imagine these have quite the large capacities, so what we shall do is get the herbicide in the back there, and I think we are going to get Oh, yep, see the little floaty thing going down, that's handy. We'll fill it up as much as we can. Okay, 1200 litres, that means there's, I think, 300 litres left down there. Okay, let's head over to field 17, which is going to be... yeah, we will have to get on the main road for this one. But that's okay. Nothing coming, so we'll nip out quick before that other car gets down it. And see about doing this. So yeah, they're not terribly large fields, so it's not going to take us a month of Sundays to get them done. But I'll slow down and cross over this little bridge here. That's a nice little area. A bit of a stream or small river going through there, brook or something to that effect. And oh, I think there might be a sawmill over there. That could come in handy, because we've got a couple of bits of wood floating around at our farm that we need to get rid of at some point. So yeah, this is field 17 now. Just a quick spray off on the sunflower field. That's not so bad. Okay, let's see how wide this thing is. We may even get done in like 2 passes. That would be handy. Not quite. Ah well. Let us head on our merry way though. Yeah, now this one isn't going to show anything on the map itself, but you can kind of see where we're going a little bit because of the colour on the ground down there. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, hopefully we can earn a little bit of money doing these contracts for the local people, depending on what's available and who's interested in giving us work. And I'm hoping we'll be able to buy our own tractor at some point, because you know, not everyone's going to be as friendly as these 2 chaps have been. You know, I mean, it's not to say that the people around here aren't friendly, but you know, they don't necessarily know us, so you know, I could understand them. That's not the correct button. That's still not the correct button. There we go. Yeah, it's one of those things. As a new person in town, and you know, they're going to be a little bit wary, no doubt, and that's quite understandable. So yeah, if we can maybe get our own tractor and a little bit of equipment on the go, then we can potentially help out with our own stuff. You know, use our own equipment, I mean, for the contracts. So that will be quite good. As yet, nothing particularly has come up on the used market at the moment. So let's have a quick butcher's at it. Yeah, still the same old stuff from before. Although there is a trailer there that would be tempting if we had more cash. But again, I'm not sure that we're going to need anything quite that big, because that did look like a fairly meaty, chunky thing. Oh crikey, we're stuck on a fence. I thought it had raised it up a bit higher than that, but apparently not. Not to worry. Now what we will try and do is, I believe we can shrink the width of this, so, because we don't need to cover the entire field now, we can probably drop it down at least 1. Okay, let's see, automatic, no, not the nitrogen. Where's the button to change the thing? Am I not seeing it? Oh, maybe I'm on the wrong tank. Change nitrogen, fault sprayer, deactivate, unload. Okay, what am I missing? It looks like we can change the width on this one, surely. Perhaps not. Or is it automatic even? I mean, it says something there about it, but if we deactivate it, no, it's not that. Oh, there's got to be a button for it here somewhere. Strange. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's under this fault sprayer. Yeah, that's just raising it up and down. That doesn't do anything. Neither does that. Maybe this one won't. It'll either do it automatically or it just won't do it at all. Oops. Helps if I'm in the correct gear, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not detected anything different, but that's okay. Well, as it turns out, we didn't use much spray at all on this contract. So that's not terrible. We should be finishing up fairly quickly now. Just get down to the end of the row here. And, yep, 94% complete there. And there we go, all done. We'll just get the last of the weeds off. Smashing, and we'll fold this up. Yeah, I definitely don't see any controls for that. Ah well. Okay, we'll pop back down to the shop and see if they'll let us unload there. I have a feeling they won't. And that's okay. Yeah, we can just whiz up to the farm quick and unload. So I shall see you all probably at the next field, I would say. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best bet. Save mucking around showing you us just unloading. Okay, we are just coming up to field 9 here now. Should be off to our right. Just up here. Oh, looks like another field of sunflowers. So it seems Jakob may be a sunflower harvester, farmer thing. Okay, well, I have a feeling we may have to return to the shop to buy extra fertilizer, possibly, because this is quite a big job. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it may not be as bad as I'm expecting. But, oh, and speaking of the shop, it turned out that we can actually unload our fertilizer there, or our herbicide there, and they actually had a spare, what was it, an old empty Corteva fertilizer, or herbicide, box, drum, container thing. IBC, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, they had a spare one of them, or they've got a couple of spares and empty ones knocking about that they said we could use, and they repurposed the barrels that we had, empty ones, so that's all good. And yeah, so we are now just going to toddle away doing this. Oh, and I did figure out the control issues I was having with the partial spray thing. As it turned out, it just wasn't displaying it. I guess there were too many controls, or something wasn't quite right, or maybe it's because it was folded or unfolded or something. But anyway, I figured out how to change the spray width on these, so you can adjust the partial width, which is nice. So that's always a good sign. So yeah, we have another little bit of fertilising to do. Well, it was weeding last time technically, but yeah, not so bad. And we are at least not honking through this stuff as much as I was expecting. So that's not too bad. I'm kind of glad for that, because I was half expecting it to be going down very quickly. So that's not terrible. Now, I've been thinking about what we are going to do with the farm as well. Obviously we're going to need to get all sorts of equipment, so we may end up getting a bit of a bank loan out to cover some of it, because obviously we can't rely on work from the locals for a huge amount of income. You know, it's helpful here and there with little odd jobs we can do for them like this, especially since Max was kind enough to pass our details along to Jakob. That was very helpful. But yeah, so one of the things we are potentially looking at doing is cleaning up our yard, obviously, and getting some of that grass dealt with. Now, we do have sheep and cows, obviously, and they will use all of those things. They will use grass. And what we could do is get some sort of mower and picker-upper thing fairly cheap. I've got my eye on a potential thing. And maybe start cutting the grass and either turn it into silage and eventually find something to transport it to sell it with, or maybe get some sheep in. Oh, actually, that did remind me as well, I had completely forgotten. The 2 harvest contracts that we did for Max, we ended up with 2,000 litres of wheat left. So I popped that in the chicken pen. And I got to thinking, yeah, maybe we can look at getting some chickens. Because that might be a handy way to go about it. Because we can always buy feed from the store. And, you know, it's not going to get too many, maybe just a half dozen, couple of dozen, depending on how expensive it is. And just, you know, get some eggs on the go, because we can always sell them later on in the year. That's never a bad plan. What else is there? Yeah, with the sheep, obviously, we get wool that we can sell. Oh, lovely. We have finished the contract, so let us press the button to fold it up. There we go. It did not want to fold. And that is okay. Okay, so we are going to head back to the shop now, drop all this off for Jakob, and see where we are going to go from there. Yeah, I'm just quite enjoying this nice, gentle, relaxing bit of work. Oh, crumbs! I lost sight of where the road went. We are going to need to go left. Yeah, see, it's even around here it's a little bit overgrown. They could do with a bit of mowing as well. But yeah, this is I think most of this is community land at this point. The sort of tracks and stuff. Maybe the local city owns some of it. Not entirely sure, but who knows? Maybe at some point we'll get a job with them. Just sort of cutting it all back on the tracks so you can at least see where they go. Yeah, so yeah, well, almost back at the shop now, I think, but yeah, we'll head back there, drop all this off, have a look at some contracts, and maybe browse the local used parts thing, and figure out what we're going to do next. Well, hello again, everyone. It is now September. We rounded out August there with the fertilising contracts and everything. There wasn't much else going on, so we packed it in for the night and came back today. And Max has some more work for us now we're into September. So what we are doing, as you may have noticed, we are in a John Deere. So let's have a quick look at what we've got here. Now we got up nice and early, so we got a John Deere 7810 with a very nice 3-metre cultivator on the back end of it. And what Max wants us to do is cultivate these 2 fields that we actually harvested for the very first job we did for him. So we are going to come over here, and I think it's these 2. Tell me I'm in the right place. I am, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, that would have been just my luck, wouldn't it? Get into the wrong field. Okay, so if we just get ourselves set up. Actually, let's go down to this corner. Might as well start in a corner, eh? Make things a little bit easier. Now, he also has a sowing contract that he wants us to get on with as well after this. So we have a very busy day ahead of us, which is perfect. I'm not upset about that at all. Okay, let's just back it up a tiny bit. There we go. Lower it down. Except I'm on the front weight. Don't want to lower that. There we go. Back it up just a touch more. and we are off. Cultivating at 3 meters. Who would have thought? Now, this obviously is going to take a little bit longer than the previous contracts we did, so we shall poodle along with this. Like I say, we've got these 2 fields to do, and I'll check the. In fact, before we get too far through this this field, let's check on the other job he wanted us to do, which is this sowing job as well, over on field 16. So we'll let him know that we will do that, and he'll send the machines over for us. Now it looks like Jakob has a little bit of work as well, a bit of fertilising there, and if we get around to that today, that's cool. But yeah, so for now, we are going to continue on with this and get done as much as we can. Now we did actually get stung for 2,500 euros as property maintenance and taxes for the month of what month are we in? For the month of August. So that was a little bit awkward. Wasn't quite so happy about that, but yeah, these things happen. And then we drive into a tree so we can't see what's going on. Zoom in a bit. There we go. That's too much. But yeah, so we are definitely going to have to make a fair old bit of money. There we go. It's changing gears now. Yeah, we are going to have to make ourselves a little bit of money just to make sure that we don't take too much damage on those things, because that was a little bit more than I was expecting. The land agents didn't tell us anything about that being quite that high, but then again, I suppose we do have quite a bit of land and buildings and stuff, so I shouldn't really be too surprised. But anyway, on top of, in fact, I think that's what it was, because we don't have a loan out or anything, do we? No, we don't have a loan out. It was yeah, just property maintenance. It was 2,500. So yeah, that's an unexpected charge, but you know, so long as we can get a little bit of work here and there every month until we get on our feet properly, then we should be good. And it looks like there are quite a lot of jobs going. So once we get oops, turn the map on, pressing all the wrong buttons again. Yeah, once we get our name out there a little bit, or just sort of get to know the locals, then hopefully we can get a bit more work later on from other people, that is, besides Max and Jakob. But we'll take what we can get for now. You know, any little bit of income is a good little bit of income. And oh yeah, one thing we haven't done yet was check the newspaper for the wanted ads, or not wanted ads, the used machinery section, because you never know, there might be something up there that's interesting to look at. We shall see in just a second. Let's get to the end of this thing and then turn us around. There we go. And yeah, still getting used to these John Deeres. Don't usually drive them that often. Did I? I did lower it, yes. That would have been awkward, wouldn't it? It took off quite kind of quick, so I wasn't entirely sure if we'd lowered it down to the ground or not. But yes, so we'll get to the end of this one, and oh crumbs, I've gone and missed the whole entire row, or section of the road. Well, let's just back it up quick. Get that, and hopefully no one will notice. Now, I don't know if Max is going to want us to deal with these stones at some point. We shall find out in the future, no doubt. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the old shop and see what is going on in there. So, let's see, we've got some big machinery on sale now. Valtra, Valmet, giant cultivator, that's pretty huge. Some very big trailers, and TerraTrek. Well, as lovely as either of those tractors would be, I don't think we're going to need either of them, particularly not the TerraTrak. That is well massive. 355 horsepower and upwards, and even 190 horsepower with the Valtra. I mean, it's a good price, but we're not going to need anything on that scale. So I think we shall not worry about those. And we shall carry on with our cultivating and get that bit of seeding done as well for Max, and see where we stand then. Because I would like to, and obviously we're going to need to get some land for ourselves as well. Can't just keep on, like I say, doing contracts with people. Those will only last so long. We need to get our own stuff going. And oh, that was another thing too. I don't think I actually showed you any of the production sort of chain information from the things that we have on the farm here, because I found out that we also get a greenhouse as part of the sort of property, as it were. It's not actually on the property, it's like a little allotment greenhouse over near a horse paddock, but it is ours and we can use it. So at some point we may get a water trailer and potentially see if we can just borrow one of Max's tractors, or Jakob's if we're doing a bit of work for him, and just run some water over to the greenhouse, because that could be handy. But yeah, before I forget, once again, let's have a quick look at those. Yes, we've got the pig food mixer and the forage TMR mixer, which are both good. You know, we may even consider making some of that with the grass that we get once we get around to doing that. We may have to buy in some straw and mineral feed, but we could potentially make our own TMR for sale. Same with the pig food. We got the mixer, so there's nothing to stop us getting some products in and mixing our own and then selling it, potentially. That might be an idea. And there's the greenhouse there. So yes, we'll have to think about that in the future. Yeah, maybe we can get a cheap water trailer and get that going, and see if we can get a little bit of money from that. Yeah, I'm not expecting a large amount, but if it's enough to oops, pressing the wrong buttons again. If it's enough just to keep us in the black, as it were, with those monthly fees, you know, the rental, not rental, but what do you call it, fees, the maintenance costs and everything, and electricity and power and water and internet, you know, because you can't exactly live on a farm without internet. I mean, you probably could, I'm sure people do, but you know, everyone likes a bit of internet now and then. So yeah, we shall continue on doing our contracts and working for Max, and see where we end up. And on that note, I think we shall call it a day, as it were, with the videoing, so I can get on with these. And yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like, and hit the old subscribe button there too if you haven't already. I'll try not to crash into this tree again. And yeah, comments are always welcomed, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, I do hope you all enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you next time on the next episode of the Krebach Chronicles. Cheerio, everyone.